Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And actually, you can see what's going on in on the chart right now. BTC is trading at 85,900, and we even touched about 83,000 yesterday, and that is the highest low since we have the FTX saga in a couple of years. So what is it going to happen now? Do we jump into the market at this price we're seeing, because this is so much cheap for us to get into the market, or we need to wait? We're going to discuss that when we get to the chart analysis. But one thing I'll say is you do not need to FOMO in. Let us just check the chart analysis and see what we need to do about that. But before we do that, we're going to take a look at the news that are making the waves on the radar right now. We'll take a look at the sentiment. You can see yesterday it was on 21. That was extreme greed. And if you remember in 2022 or 2021, the moment we started seeing extreme greed, the market continued to fall until it was so quiet. But is that going to happen this bull run? We do not know yet. We do not know yet. We just need to check and see. Also, we're going to check the economic calendar to see what event will be coming up today, so we know how to prepare ourselves. And we're going to check the market cap, of course, to know how the tokens are doing on the list. So these are more what you're going to be enjoying on the show this morning. My name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. On the news, you can see Bitcoin post-election rally crushed. Price dip below 84,000 US dollars as tariff tension rise. You know, yesterday when Donald Trump was hosting the cabinet, whatever, instead of it to become or to be like a meeting, it was actually like an interview and stuff like that. And he still made mention of the Canada and the Mexico tariffs. I believe any moment from now we could see something coming out of that space which might actually affect the market. And why I say it's going to affect the market is because you can see the data that has been coming out from the home sales, the unemployment claims and all of that. Since he took office out, they've not been good, you understand? So now if you should have this tariff on it, I believe a lot of things are going to happen, and we might see probably the market nosedive, or if the other counterpart did not retaliate, probably we'll see the market push up. But we just have to stick to the news to know what is going to happen about that. All right, another news on the radar, and this one is still about BTC, and BTC now face critical test as retail demand hit resistance level. And if you look at the chart truly, you can see we've been trying to break above this since, let me say, since the post-election or the post-inauguration. Yeah, let me call it like that. You can see we've been trying to break above 100,000 to 107K. We couldn't break above that. So that has now been the major resistance. And you can see the support that was here around 90,000, or let me say 94,000. If you remember, if you've been watching my show, I told you we should buy BTC around 97,000. For like 3 weeks, we've been holding on to it. And I told you if it doesn't break below 94,000, we're still going to hold on to it. But later, we put our stop loss above 94,000. We put it at around 97,800. And I remember the moment it broke it, you can see we saw this market now has been falling. Now we're seeing a little bit of recovery, but that doesn't mean we are back into the buying phase yet, because the support has been broken. And the moment support is broken, we need to create a new support. So is this 83,000 going to be a new support? We don't know yet. We need a couple of days for accumulation to happen to see if we're going to see people coming to the market, since we're on extreme greed now to buy or to put more money into it. Although we saw some institutions are now trying to raise money so they can buy more of the token. I'm going to share that with you shortly. But with the chart I'm seeing, BTC is really facing a lot, and I don't know if we're going to hold at this 83K or we're going to continue going down. But since the retail now demand the hit of resistance, that is huge. But we're gonna see what happens in a couple of, the week is almost running out. Today is Thursday, and with tomorrow is just Friday, which is kind of half day trading. So I think next week is going to be very, very important, and we're gonna see what happens with that. Another news on the radar, and this one is still regarding BTC, and it has now been said that BTC registered biggest 3-day price slide since FTX saga. Like I said earlier, in a worst case scenario, price could slide to 72,000 to 74,000. And if you remember, during the last bull run, when the lunar issue happened, the market fall from around 60-some thousand to 40,000, cleaning about 30,000 US dollars. And you now we're sitting about 110,000. So we could see 70K if the sell pressure continues. But we're gonna see, and we're gonna wait and see what happens with that. Another news on the radar, and this one is still about BTC, but we're gonna talk about ETFs. Now sees about 420 million leaving the ETF, and that's a lot of money. We all know the IBIT logs is what BlackRock has been using to represent BTC when it comes to the ETF, for people that want to own the asset but don't want to expose to it. And we saw about 420 million out of that. And what I can tell you is it's been a Red Sea, and we're going to recover from this. But do we need to jump into the market right now? That's we still need to check that out. All right, let's check another news on the radar. This is about Metaplant. We all know Metaplant has been doing a lot of things, kind of mirroring what MicroStrategy, let me call them the right name, Strategy B, what they're trying to do. And now Metaplant seeks to raise over 13 million from bond sales to buy more Bitcoin. So I think if we can see some investors coming to buy from where the panic sell stops, probably we'll see the market recover from that. But if the event or the economic calendar, let's talk about the interest rate, CPI, unemployment claims, and all of that are still not good, this might discourage these investors to come in now and want to come in at the later stage, and that might let the market continue to slide down. All right, that's all about BTC and the ETF. Let's talk about altcoins. And this morning I have a news regarding BNB. And now BNB price shows strength. We all know Binance, and the CEO has been tweeting a lot of late since he's been released, and he's been talking about how they are trying to make Binance a better exchange and the contract a better one, rather than what we're facing with the ETH. And if you watched the show yesterday, I told you Ethereum now has new president. I've been talking about the governance for some time now, that they need new leadership and all of that. And now they have new president. We're gonna see if they're gonna work on Ethereum, and Ethereum is going to do better. Because imagine, they have the problem of gas fee, they have the problem of it not doing well in this bull run, and now they're prone to hacking. We saw 1.4 billion US dollars was hacked from Bybit, and also we saw about 50 million US dollars transferred to unknown wallet, and all those things were happening on ETH on chain, which is bad for the project. But now with the new president, we're going to see what they are up to. But BNB price shows strength, and we see how it goes from there. And speaking of ETH, Ethereum XRP now down 5% as crypto's painful week continues. And now good news is we now have another altcoin that is doing well. I'm not going to lie to you, this one I've been using it to make transfers, so it's reliable. I'm not saying you should use them, because this is not that I'm trying to preach, but Aptos has been doing well, and they charge you 0 fee. So I'm not surprised that a company is coming out to now launch the ETF, because a lot of people are now start using it, and before you know, people might switch from one on-chain to another. You can see what has happened to ETH, which is Ethereum on-chain. Now Solana is facing almost the same thing. people might start moving their project and be launching it on APT instead of Solana. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen because Solana has a very good and reliable on-chain, but Aptos has been doing nice. And for the fact that the transfer cost is zero and the governance is open to everyone to see, I think APT is going to do well. And you can see it has jumped about 10% amid the ETF registration in United States of America, in one of the states in United States of America. And now this is the company that is trying to launch it, Bitwise. You can see Bitwise registers Aptos ETF entity in United States as altcoin fund competition escalates. So I think this is great news for those of you that are holding on to it. I think we're going to check the chart analysis out with Aptos too. So probably we can add it to what's it called, to our portfolio, to always analyze it daily, because I believe if they should get the ETF approved, this coin might do wonders. But remember, this is not financial advice, it's just for education and entertainment purpose. Make sure you do your own research before you invest in any token, and never invest under the influence of anybody. And make sure you trade or you invest with the money you can afford to lose. All right, I haven't said that. Let's talk about Michael Saylor, billionaires to billionaires, and you can see one billionaire is trying to pitch Bitcoin to another billionaire. That is Saylor pitching Bitcoin to Jeff Bezos, saying that that is the best way to promote personal liberty. So is Bezos going to listen to him? We're going to see. But I know if Amazon should join the bandwagon and we see a lot of billions of dollars coming into the space with the way MicroStrategy is doing and some other companies like Metaplant and all of them, we might see this bull run continue, and we'll see greater numbers come in. There was a tweet, I actually can show it now. I saw the tweet yesterday when the Binance CEO tweeted and said, that was 2020 ago, that BTC, that time BTC fall to I think 8,500 thereabout. Then he tweeted that the news flash in the future will be BTC falling to 85,000 from 110, and I think it nailed it. And now he retweeted that tweet and now says, he quoted the tweet and said, we're going to see when BTC will be above $1 million and drop to 850 US dollars. So let's see if this billionaire to billionaire introduction will work, and we're going to see more adoptions into the space, and probably the 1 million to 850,000 will happen in the nearest future as well. All right, let's take another news, and this is coming from North Korea, and it's not actually a good news. It now says that Bybit 1.4 billion crypto theft is now being linked to North Korea. That's been said by FBI, and the FBI has attributed the 1.4 billion crypto theft from Bybit to North Korean hackers, known the traitor. The stolen assets have been converted to Bitcoin and dispersed across multiple blockchain, prompting recovery effort by security experts. We all know Bybit also came out yesterday to say if you can help them in any way to get their asset back, they are ready to pay 140 million US dollars. And there's now a platform that they've launched on Bybit's dashboard where you can just give them hints or give them clue to where and how those assets can be recovered. So I wish them all the best on that. That's what I have for you on the new segment of the show this morning. Please, if you've not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can get all this juicy content as it drops. Also, you can follow me on X to get more news, because I tweet about news that come out immediately on my X page, and Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is where you get some nugget that I drop, some short clips for you to have major understanding of what is going on in the crypto space. All right, I haven't said that. Let's now check what the economic calendar is looking like. And if you look at today being Thursday, the 27th of February 2025, we're going to be expecting the prelim GDP Q2Q data to be released at 1:30 p.m. GMT or UTC. Also, unemployment claims data will be released at that same time. And from Canada, we're going to be looking at the current account, and we're going to be also checking the durable goods order month to month and core durable goods order month to month. These data will be released at 1:30 p.m. GMT and UTC, so you might want to be careful if you're future traders, derivative traders, or whatever you're doing. So because sometimes when these news come out, it might really shake and create a little bit of volatility in the market. Also at 3 p.m. UTC or UTC or GMT, we're going to be expecting data to come out for the pending home sales, and at 3:30 GMT or UTC, we're going to be looking out to hear the G20 meetings. And in Japan, Tokyo core CPI, that's the inflation, will be dropping late at night, right around about 11:30 p.m. GMT UTC. So those are the events of the day, so you need to make sure you watch out for them and you are not caught unaware. All right, that's that about the economic calendar. Let's now check what the cryptocurrency market cap is looking like. And if you look at the cryptocurrency market cap, it's not looking good at all. It's just like my dream of 4 trillion US dollar is just fading away gradually, but I just believe we're going to hit 4 trillion US dollars very soon. I don't know, probably next week, next month, but 4 trillion US dollars market cap is coming. You need to believe about that. Although we hit about 3.8, 3.9 thereabout, and we slide down to 3.5 now, coupled with all the bad news and stuff that's been happening in the crypto space. Now the market cap is sitting at 2.9 trillion US dollars, and we can see with the withdrawals that has been going on, over 191 billion US dollars has been traded in the last 24 hours, and Ondo is now among the trending token, and you can see the top gainers right here. Now let's check the top 20 cryptocurrency in the game, and if you look at the screen right now, you'll see Bitcoin is still at number one, but it's been down with 11.4% in the last 7 days, and even a whooping 3% in the last 24 hours. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum has been down with 13.9% in the last 7 days and 4.7% in the last 24 hours, and it's been sitting at number 2. Number 3 is Theta. Number 4 is XRP, sitting at 13.5% in the last 7 days and 3.2% in the last 24 hours. BNB sitting at number 4, Solana at number 5, and Solana is big. Solana has lost almost 19% in the last 7 days. USDC at number 7, Dogecoin at number 8 with 17.6% in the last 7 days, and you can see Cardano ADA at number 9, sitting at 15.0% in the last 7 days. Lido Stake at number 10, Tron at number 11, Wrap BTC at number 12, Wrap ETH at number 13, and Chainlink is sitting at number 14 with 13% down, 13.8 down in the last 7 days, and Litecoin is at number 15, Avalanche at 16, Sui at 17, and it's been down more than 10% also in the last 7 days. Stellar at number 18 with 15.7% drawdown in the last 7 days. Toncoin at number 19 with just 2.6% in the last 7 days. I think Toncoin has been holding on to this flash crash that we've been experiencing, because if it's just been down with 2.6% in the last 7 days, that is great. And Shiba Inu is back to top 20, sitting at number 20, and I think Shiba Inu has been dragging between 20 and below 20 for the past 2 months, and Shiba Inu is doing great, and it has appreciated 2.1% in the last 24 hours, but it's been down 4.4% in the last 7 days, and I think that is better compared to the 18% and uh, 10-15% we've been seeing shortly. If you're interested in knowing top 100 coins on the list or top 1000 projects on the cryptocurrency market list, you might want to check out coingecko.com to know about that. All right, let's now dive into what a lot of you have been waiting for, which is the charts analysis. Let's dive into it and see what is happening with that. And if you look at the chart right now, you'll find out that BTC is trading at $86,259. That is a recovery from around 83,000 that the market slide down to yesterday. So what do we need to do? Do we need to get into the market now? There is two ways. If you're future trading, derivative options and all of that, you might look for opportunities here and there using leverage and all of that, but you need to know one thing: you need to have experience. But this analysis on the show is meant for investors and sports traders alone. If you're interested in leverage trading, you can join my Discord channel or my Telegram channel. The links are down in the description. That is when I give signal with time to time within 1 hour frame, 4 hour frame, even sometimes 5 minute frame to trade. But talking about spot trading and investor, do you need to buy Bitcoin right now? No. Please don't buy Bitcoin right now. Why? Because it's still falling and it has not given us any entry for us to put our money back. And remember, this is one thing you need to understand. We step out of the market around 97,800. You understand? We do not need to rush in. Why we don't need to rush in is if you should get in and it continue to slide down, you're still going to lose the value of your asset. Even though you're not losing your asset, but you're going to lose the value of your asset. So for us not to lose the value of our asset, we just need to stay away from it until we have a clear entry. Then we get back into investing in it or doing our spot trading. So for BTC, is it a buy right now? Hell no, please stay away from it until we have a proper breakout or a structure that says we should get back into the market. But if a derivative trader, options traders and all of that, you might want to buy and sell within the movement we are seeing, but that you need to have a lot of experience, and that is very, very risky. You need to make sure you know it and make sure you trade with the money you can afford to lose if you're into derivatives and all of that, and do not over leverage. Risk management also is very important in that regard. All right, let's take a look at ETH. If you look at ETH also, it's the same thing. There is no entry for buy here. Please stay away from Ethereum right now. Let's take a look at SUI. SUI gave us a buy. So SUI, it's a buy. And I told you that since yesterday that SUI, it's a buy and our stop loss is right there. So our stop loss still remain at the same spot and SUI is still a buy. Let's take a look at XRP. Yesterday I told you you should stay away from XRP because it's not a buy yet, that we should get into XRP only if it crosses 2.37 thereabout, but you can see it failed to cross it yesterday, so please stay away. That still remain the entry point, and the exit point still remain at $2. Let's take a look at AVAX. AVAX is a buy yesterday. You can see I told you yesterday that you can buy AVAX and put your stop loss right there. So the stop loss still remain at the same spot and it's still a buy, and it's already even giving profit. I think about 3.6%, and that is great if you actually took the trade yesterday. Let's take a look at AAVE. AAV is not a buy yet. You can see there's no signal for a buy yet. Stay away from AAV. Let's take a look at Solana. Solana also is not a buy yet. We need Solana to cross above $146 before we can invest back in it. Let's take a look at ADA, which is Cardano. You can see Cardano is not a buy yet as well, so please stay away from Cardano. Stay away from Cardano, is not a buyer. Let's take a look at Toncoin that have been showing strength since a week now. Yes, Toncoin is a buy. You can even see yesterday I told you to get into it because anywhere I put the green, that means I told you to get into it. So Toncoin, it's a buy, but the stop loss still remain at the same spot at 3.4 no, excuse me, 3.3 US dollars. That's where you need to exit the market if the price should slide below that. So that's that on BTC and altcoins. Let us take a look at the meme coins. And yesterday, I think some of the meme coins are giving us some signals or creating entry points. So let's see if that will work today. And we're going to start with Dogecoin. If you look at Dogecoin is still not a buy yet. You can see I put the green stuff there that if you should cross above 0.2, that's when we need to buy. That's 20 cents. So Dogecoin is still not a buy yet, but probably all these ones that have given us the signal for entry will stock exchange open. So it might push above it and kick us, and so you need to be careful and just set it down so you do not miss out when it crosses the entry point. All right, let's take a look at Shiba Inu. And if you look at Shiba Inu is almost the same thing with Dogecoin. It's loading. Yeah, you can see Shiba Inu is the same thing, but now Shiba Inu has activated an entry point. Wow, this is great for Shiba Inu. And if you see, yesterday I even told you you can buy Shiba Inu at 0.0147, and it's still looking good. Even with what happened yesterday, Shiba Inu was still looking strong. But now this is now the twist. We need to change the stop loss. We need to move the stop loss to this point now. That will now be 0.0137. That's where we need to move the stop loss to right now. So Shiba Inu is still a buy. Shiba Inu is still a buy. Let's take a look at Pepe. Let's take a look at Pepe, guys. Let's take a look at Pepe. Pepe also it's a buy. Pepe also it's a buy. Pepe also it's a buy. Pepe also it's a buy since yesterday. You can see it right there. Pepe it's a buy. And now we need to move the stop loss as well. The stop loss is now at 0.0000778. Let's take a look at Ondo. Ondo is not a buy yet. We need Ondo to cross above $1, and probably it's going to cross above it today, but Ondo is not a buy yet. Wait until it crosses above $1 before you get into it. Let's take a look at X. X is a buy now, and the stop loss still remain at the same spot. Let's take a look at Notcoin. Notcoin it's a buy. Yes, Notcoin it's a buy, and the stop loss still at the same spot. Let's take a look at Dogs. Let's take a look at Dogs. Dogs is a buy. If you watched the show yesterday, I told you to get into the market yesterday. Dogs is a buy, but the stop loss remains the same place. We're not going to change that. Let's take a look at Nero. Nero is still a buy. You saw yesterday I moved the stop loss, and today I'm going to move it again. This is now the stop loss for Nero at 0.02. Nero is still a buy. Let's take a look at Deep. Deep is a buy, of course, and the stop loss remain at the same spot. Let us take a look at Popcat. Popcat also it's a buy, and the stop loss, I think we can adjust the stop loss now to that place, which is 0.210. Let's take a look at Trump coin. Trump coin will be a buy if it should cross above $13.6, and I think we're about to do that, probably to cross today, but we need to wait until that happens. So Trump coin, please wait until it crosses above 13.6 or 13.7 before you get into the market. And the last but not the least is Millennial coin. Millennial coin is not a buy yet. Remember, all this chart analysis is just for educational and entertainment purpose. This is not financial advice. Make sure you do your own research before you invest in any token, and also trade with the money you can afford to lose. All right, that's what I have for you on the chart analysis today, with Bitcoin still looking nice, trading at 86,200 for future traders. For investors and spot trader, please just wait. We're going to see if we're going to get in probably today or tomorrow. All right, let's take a look at what the sentiment is looking at. And if you look at what the sentiment is looking at, yesterday was extreme fear, and now if you look at it right now, it's sitting at extreme fear, because you can see it's sitting at 10%. And I think this is when we should start accumulating, but we're not going to jump into the market blindly, but the sentiment shows very, very, very extreme fear. You can see now is extreme fear. Yesterday was extreme fear. Last week was neutral, and last month was greed. All right, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. Support your boy. It's Crypto Bean 101. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn your notification bell so you can always get the comment, the content as I drop it immediately. Don't forget to follow me on Next for more news on Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok to get more nuggets out of the space. All right, this is what I have for you on the show today. I'm Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and you've been watching the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. Until I catch you tomorrow on another wonderful episode, it's peace out.